Hey, what's up? It's Jared with State of Tech. Today we're going to talk about 5 apps that you must have for your iPhone to help you get through this time of social distancing. It'll help you stay connected, just even sane, as we survive this pandemic that we're living through right now. Before I dive into that, I want to tell you about Surfshark VPN, which is a tool that's going to help you stay connected safely to the internet, whether you're connected to your home internet or somebody else's. When you're accessing information, staying safe means having something that's in place that obscures your identity and any of the data that you're sending across. Of course, we're accessing things like online banking and secure information, maybe even a lot more remotely these days. If you're working from home, maybe utilizing a VPN like Surfshark VPN would be of benefit to you. They have a great deal going on right now. Definitely check out the link in the description below. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is replace that face-to-face communication that we're missing out between all of the people that we care about. Whether it's family that you can't visit, or friends, or people in your community that we need to maintain a safe distance from, you need a video chat app on your phone. Now, of course, on an iPhone, we have FaceTime, but not everybody's on an iPhone. So there are a couple of apps that you can put on your iPhone that are going to work cross-platform with other Android devices, sometimes even Chromebooks and stuff like that. The first is Google Duo. It is an app similar to FaceTime, but of course it's the Google version, and it comes pretty much standard these days on most Android phones, but you can download it for the iPhone and communicate. When I was in Disneyland with my family a few weeks ago, we were communicating with my mom that way, kind of sharing the experience because she was unable to go. And so using Google Duo is great because it's cross-platform, and so that barrier of people not being on an iPhone is less of a big deal because you can put that app on your phone. Of course, MARCOPOLO is another app that allows for that. It's not real-time communication like, of course, well, it is pretty close. So with FaceTime or Google Duo, it is a real-time live chat back and forth with the person on the other end, whereas MARCOPOLO is more for sending video messages. So recording short video messages, sending them over. The person can almost watch them in real time because they'll get a notification on their phone that they have a video chat coming through. And then, of course, you can have those communications back and forth. My wife and I have used MARCOPOLO from time to time. I know she uses it with a lot of her friends, and it's a very useful app just to be a little bit different than text messaging or voice calls, but actually being able to see each other and send off little short messages to each other. The next is a solid messaging app. So of course, we can send text messages and stuff like that, but group text messaging could get kind of muddy if you are text messaging in a group with iPhones and Android phones. It's gotten better, but it's still not perfect. So utilizing an app like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp are great apps for group messaging. I know that before all of our events got canceled, we had my daughter's softball team on a WhatsApp group chat. My teams for my son's team, we set up Facebook groups so that we can communicate within that group privately. So Facebook Messenger, Facebook groups, WhatsApp, those are all apps that you can use to maintain communication with each other. Maybe you can set up a Facebook group for your friends and your community, which of course you can do live group chats and stuff in there and share photos and all of that good stuff within a group setting. So if you have a bigger group that might get kind of unruly in a group chat type of situation, maybe even a Facebook group would work out. So these are things that are going to help you stay in communication with those people that you care about that you might not be able to see face to face. Of course, staying up to date on news is important, and there are a lot of news apps that are out there, but a lot of them are very much branded to the news source that you are getting them from. So it's important to have apps that you can kind of set up to get news from the different sources that you want, and maybe just have 1 or 2 apps that can do all of this for you. I've been using NEWSBREAK for a while, and Google News, and even Smart News. Those are 3 different apps that I've been using because I can get my news in different types of categories, and then I can also get it geo-specific. So I want news that's important right now to the area that I live in because of the coronavirus and all of that stuff. So it's important that I get news that's localized here, and I want notifications on specific topics, and so these apps allow you to do that. that. And so you could download these apps, you can customize them with the location that you live and also some of the interests that you have, and of course the topics, and then where those are coming from. So different news sources, it's important, and then you can have all of that go right down into one app, which is pretty neat. Now, journaling, I think, is pretty important, especially in times like this. Of course, remembering our thoughts and the different things that we were dealing with is important to pass on maybe to our kids as they get older, or even to the next generation, or even just to remember some of the things that we were thinking about ourselves. In times like this, we start to kind of think about our lives, and, it's crazy, but it does make us a little emotional, and I think it's important to actually lean into that and not suppress those thoughts and actually write some things down, or maybe even take some notes or journal a little bit and just put your feelings and thoughts, whether they be fears, whether they be relief, whatever it is, joy. Put those things down just so that you have those thoughts later. Of course, bottling them in and not dealing with them is not good. It's not healthy, so it's best to get them down. You can use Evernote for that. Evernote is a great app for taking notes and writing things down. I've been using Evernote for over a decade, pretty much since it first came out. And also Notion, which is an app that allows you to more structure your content. And I have some Notion videos on my personal YouTube channel because I've been utilizing Notion for a while to organize and structure my life. I'm looking at Notion right now for my outline on this video, which is on my iPad. And so Notion's a really good app for that, and I actually have been using it for my daily log, which is what the way that I enter thoughts and experiences and different things throughout the day so that I can go back and look at them later. It's kind of like an ongoing journal, but more like a Twitter feed in a sense of my own. So I call it my daily log because I'm actually logging little instances of my day, and come to think of it, it's almost like a personal Twitter feed for myself because that's kind of how I'm using it. And then lastly, our learning opportunities. We can take the time that we have, which is extra time now for some of us. Some of you may be actually really busy, but some of us have a little bit of extra time, and we can take this time to learn, to better educate ourselves, to grow and expand what we already know, to be better when we come back. If we're off of work for whatever reason, building that knowledge and expanding so that when we go back into the workforce, we come back better than before. But then also just making good use of our time and not sitting behind the TV screen and just consuming television and whatever, hoping that this will pass over. Make the best use out of your time possible, and you can use these apps for that. HOOPLA is an app that allows you to get audiobooks and all of that good stuff that you can check out from your library. It's kind of weird how it works out. It's all digital these days, but you can log in with your actual library card and download audiobooks and different things through HOOPLA. It's actually a pretty neat app, so I definitely recommend you check that out. Audible is a great app for audiobooks. You can use my link below to get your first audiobook for free when you sign up. So just sign up, get that audiobook for free. And most audiobooks are, 7, 8, or whatever hours of content that you can consume. So you can just kind of sit back, throw in those earbuds, and listen to some audio. Skillshare is a great one as well because there are tons of courses from professionals in different industries that are teaching you how to do things. And so if you wanted to learn a new skill or brush up on an existing skill, Skillshare is great. And with the link that I've got below, you'll get 2 months free. And 2 months should hopefully get us all through the pandemic. So you can utilize those 2 months to learn some things, educate yourself, and come out of this more on top and ready to get back into the world with lots of new knowledge. And then, of course, I have a few of my own courses at LearnWithJered.com that are on the topics of photography and website design with WordPress and website management. And so if you're interested in any of those, you can go to LearnWithJered.com. All of my courses are free right now, and most of them are free anyways. And so you can definitely check that out and get access to those courses. I recommend that you do because I think that photography is awesome, and it's a great thing to learn. And my Ditch Auto course can be very helpful, and then my introduction to WordPress, and then I also have a Facebook management course as well. And so some of those courses can help you kind of learn some new skills, as well as the ones that are on Skillshare, audiobooks that you can consume, and all of that good stuff. So with that said, I just want you to make the best use out of this time, and I think having these apps on your device are going to help. Most everything here except for my own website has an app for the iPhone, so you can install those on your iPhone. Most of them are also iPad enabled as well, so you could definitely just install them on your phone, enjoy them, utilize them to stay in communication, stay connected to the world so you don't become disconnected. It can definitely be depressing to be stuck in home on this situation. So definitely look at all the opportunities that you have to stay connected, to learn, to grow, and come back better through all of this. But that's going to do it for today. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope to see you back in the next one. Take care.